What if the first real sign that the body is aging isn't wrinkles, gray hair, or slower reflexes, but something quietly happening in your legs right now? Most people don't notice it at first. It begins subtly. Maybe getting out of a chair takes a little more effort. Maybe your legs feel unusually tired after walking through the grocery store. Maybe you hesitate before stepping off a curb. Or maybe you've started reaching for the railing on stairs when you never used to think about it before. At first, these moments seem harmless, easy to ignore, easy to blame on stress, poor sleep, or simply getting older. But after years of working with older adults, I can tell you something important. Weakening leg muscles are often one of the earliest warning signs that the body is beginning to lose strength, balance, circulation, and mobility. And once that process quietly begins, everyday life slowly changes. Walking becomes less stable. Standing becomes more tiring. Balance becomes less reliable. Confidence begins shrinking in the background. And for adults over 60, this matters far more than many people realize because leg strength is deeply connected to independence. Strong legs help protect balance. They support circulation. They stabilize the joints. They allow you to move safely through everyday life without depending heavily on others. But here's the encouraging part. The body remains remarkably adaptable even later in life. In many cases, simple, consistent movement can strengthen muscles, improve circulation, and help restore mobility surprisingly well. And today, I'm going to show you 5 practical exercises specifically designed for older adults. No gym, no complicated equipment, no intense workouts, just simple daily movements that help support stronger legs, steadier balance, and safer mobility over time. And stay with me until the end, because I'm also going to explain one overlooked daily habit that quietly weakens the legs faster than most people realize, and why so many adults accidentally make this mistake every single day. Before we begin, I'd love to know something. What bothers your legs the most right now? Weakness? Stiffness? Poor balance? Heavy legs? Knee discomfort? Fatigue while walking? Leave a comment below because many people watching may be experiencing the exact same thing without realizing how common it actually is. Now let's begin with one of the most important movements older adults can practice, the sit-to-stand exercise. At first glance, this movement seems almost too simple to matter. After all, standing up from a chair is something everyone already does every day, but that's exactly why it matters so much. Because standing up is one of the most important functional movements in everyday life. And when it becomes difficult, many other daily activities begin becoming difficult too. Getting out of bed, using the bathroom safely during the night, standing up from the car, getting off the couch, walking confidently after standing. All of these depend heavily on the strength of the thighs, hips, and core muscles. Many adults first notice weakness during ordinary moments, needing to push hard on the armrests, rocking forward several times before standing, feeling unsteady during the first few steps after getting up. These are often early signs that the muscles responsible for mobility are beginning to weaken. The sit-to-stand exercise directly trains those muscles, and one reason this exercise is so powerful is because it improves real-life movement rather than isolated gym strength. To begin, choose a sturdy chair, not a soft couch. Sit near the front edge with your feet flat on the floor, about shoulder width apart. Keep your back upright. Now lean slightly forward from the hips and slowly press through your feet to stand up. Try using your legs more than your hands if possible. Once standing, pause briefly and feel your balance evenly distributed through both feet. Then slowly lower yourself back down into the chair with control. That lowering phase matters tremendously. It strengthens stabilizing muscles around the knees and improves balance control. Many people rush downward quickly. Don't. Slow movement is where much of the benefit happens. Most older adults can safely begin with 8 repetitions, and over time, many notice something encouraging. Walking often feels smoother. Standing feels easier. the legs begin feeling more responsive again. And confidence improves too. That confidence matters enormously because fear of weakness often causes people to move less. And unfortunately, moving less creates even more weakness over time. That cycle becomes incredibly common after 60. Now, if you're still watching with me right now, type "stronger" in the comments so I know you're here. Now let's move to exercise number 2, the calf pump. There's a group of muscles in your lower legs that many doctors sometimes call the body's second heart. And there's a very good reason for that. The veins in your legs rely heavily on calf muscle contractions to help push blood back upward toward the heart. Every time you walk, climb stairs, or rise onto your toes, those muscles help circulation move efficiently. But after 60, many adults spend far more time sitting than they used to. Television, reading, driving, computer time. And when the calf muscles remain inactive for long periods, circulation slows down. That's when people often begin noticing swollen ankles, tired legs, stiffness, or heavy feet at the end of the day. Some people even notice colder feet or aching calves after sitting too long. The calf pump exercise helps reactivate this natural circulation system. Stand behind a sturdy chair or kitchen counter for balance, feet hip-width apart. Now slowly lift your heels off the floor until you're standing on the balls of your feet. Pause briefly at the top, then slowly lower your heels back down. The key here is not speed, it's control. Move slowly enough to truly feel the calf muscles tighten and relax. That muscle action helps stimulate circulation throughout the lower legs. Most people can begin with 10 repetitions. Over time, many adults notice their legs feel lighter and less stiff throughout the day. And here's something important many people overlook. Poor circulation doesn't always feel dramatic. Sometimes it simply feels like fatigue, heavy legs, slow movement, low energy while walking. That's why circulation-focused exercises matter so much after 60. And speaking of movement, let's talk about one of the biggest hidden causes of leg weakness today: too much sitting. Which brings us to exercise number 3, the seated march. Many older adults underestimate how much prolonged sitting affects the body over time. Hours pass sitting in front of the television, reading, driving to appointments, relaxing after meals. And when the legs stay inactive too long, circulation slows and the muscles around the hips become less responsive. That affects walking, balance, and coordination more than many people realize. The seated march helps gently wake those muscles back up. Sit upright in a firm chair, feet flat on the floor, back straight but relaxed. Now slowly lift one knee upward several inches. Pause briefly, lower it slowly. Then repeat with the other leg. Continue alternating in a steady marching rhythm. The movement may seem simple, but it activates important muscles involved in walking and balance. It also encourages blood flow after long periods of inactivity. Many older adults practice this while watching television or waiting for coffee to brew. And consistency matters far more than intensity. Small movements repeated daily create meaningful changes over time. Now here's something many people don't realize. Balance problems rarely appear suddenly. Usually balance declines gradually through tiny, unnoticed changes in coordination and muscle responsiveness. And that brings us to exercise number 4, the heel-to-toe balance walk. Falls often happen during small, unexpected moments. Turning quickly, walking across uneven ground, stepping off a curb, moving through low light at night. In those moments, the body depends on small, stabilizing muscles in the feet, ankles, hips, and core to react quickly. The heel-to-toe walk trains those systems directly. Stand near a wall or countertop if needed for safety. Place one foot directly in front of the other, so the heel of the front foot lightly touches the toes of the back foot. Then slowly step forward again in the same pattern, heel to toe, heel to toe. Move slowly and carefully. Keep your eyes looking forward rather than down at your feet. This teaches the nervous system to coordinate balance more effectively. At first, many people feel slightly unsteady during this exercise. That's completely normal. It simply means the stabilizing muscles are being challenged. And over time, many adults notice their walking confidence improve significantly. Uneven sidewalks feel less intimidating. Turning becomes easier. Movement feels calmer and more controlled. Now let me say something very important here. Confidence itself affects balance. When people become afraid of falling, they naturally stiffen their posture and shorten their steps. Ironically, that sometimes increases instability. But stronger balance systems create smoother movement, and smoother movement is often safer movement. Now let's move to exercise number 5, the gentle wall squat. This exercise strengthens some of the largest and most important muscles in the body, the thighs and hips, and these muscles are critical for protecting the knees and supporting endurance while standing and walking. Many adults notice that standing for long periods becomes tiring much faster than it once did. Cooking, shopping, waiting in line. Often this isn't simply aging itself, it's declining muscle endurance. The wall squat helps rebuild that endurance safely and gradually. Stand with your back flat against a wall, feet shoulder-width apart and slightly away from the wall. Now slowly slide downward into a shallow squat. Not deep, just enough to feel the thigh muscles engage. Hold briefly, then slowly return upward. Even small holds strengthen the muscles significantly over time. And stronger thigh muscles help reduce strain on the knees by improving support around the joint. Many people are surprised that stronger muscles often reduce discomfort instead of worsening it, because stable muscles help protect vulnerable joints. Now, before we finish, I want to talk about something just as important as exercise itself: daily habits. Because movement alone is only one piece of healthy aging. The body works as a system. Sleep matters. Nutrition matters, hydration matters, circulation matters, daily activity matters. And one of the biggest hidden problems affecting leg strength today is inactivity between movements. Many adults may exercise for 10 minutes but remain seated for most of the remaining day. The body adapts to inactivity surprisingly quickly. Muscles weaken, circulation slows, balance systems become less responsive. That's why short bursts of movement throughout the day matter enormously, standing more often. Walking through the house regularly, stretching between activities, using the legs frequently. The body responds to movement signals, and when those signals disappear, weakness slowly follows. But here's the encouraging truth. The reverse is also true. When movement returns consistently, the body often responds far better than people expect, even after 70, even after years of inactivity. I've seen older adults regain confidence they thought was permanently gone, not through extreme workouts, through simple daily movement, walking more steadily, standing more comfortably, feeling safer during ordinary life. And that's what truly matters, not perfection. Function, freedom, confidence, independence. Because strong legs support far more than walking. They support your ability to continue living life on your own terms, traveling, cooking, shopping independently, playing with grandchildren, moving safely through your own home. Those things matter deeply. And there's another reason leg strength matters more with age. The muscles in the legs are some of the largest muscles in the body. When they remain active, they help support metabolism, circulation, posture, and overall energy levels. That means movement doesn't just affect the legs, it affects the entire body, and many adults notice something surprising after becoming more consistent with simple leg exercises. They often feel more energetic overall, sleep improves, walking feels lighter, daily tasks feel less exhausting, because the body was designed to move. Now let me tell you something else I've observed repeatedly. The people who age most successfully are not usually the people doing intense workouts at 70 or 80. They are the people who stay consistently active in small, sustainable ways, walking daily, standing often, using their muscles regularly, keeping circulation moving. Small habits repeated consistently create powerful long-term results. That's the secret many people overlook. Not intensity, consistency. So if there's one thing I hope you remember from today, it's this. Your body is still listening to the signals you give it every day. Movement tells the body, these muscles are still needed. And when the body receives that signal consistently, it often responds in remarkable ways over time. So start small. One exercise, one routine, one habit practiced consistently. That is enough to begin changing the direction your body is moving in. Now tell me in the comments, which of these exercises are you going to try first? I genuinely enjoy reading your experiences, and your comment may encourage someone else who feels nervous about getting started. And if this video helped you today, press the like button and share it with someone over 60 who may benefit from stronger legs and better balance. Take care of yourself, keep moving, and I'll see you in the next video.